Got the Roundup on the front.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. It's 7 o'clock. It's Monday. It's the 16th of February, 2026. And this is the Aardvarks and Dragons A&DBBL Season 10 Monday Night Roundup. My name is Scott, not that one. And I'm here tonight to share together the Blood Bowl excitement from the 9 matches that took place over the past week in week 3. Already week 3. Where has the time gone? To share this little menage a quatre, please welcome, first of all, the coach who believes that taking a 3-dice block is inferior blood bowling when a 2-dice action is simply available. It's the Stowmarket denizen himself, coach of the Black Shuck Ballers, Mr. Tom Hovell. Good evening, Tom. How has your Blood Bowl week been for you?
Good evening, sir. Very well, as you well know from yesterday's little game we had.
Okay, is there anything else you want to add at this point, or does the smiling face say
it was just wonderful that for some reason my dice actually played ball for once, and started taking out a few elves, which was nice.
Let's hope that continues no more this weekend. Anyway, thank you for that, Tom. And back, not necessarily by popular demand, but more sort of contractual obligation. It's the A&DBBL League Commissioner himself, coach of the Butchers, the wonderful, the enigmatic Mr. Luke Baggett. Good evening, Luke. How are you? How has your Blood Bowl week been?
Hello, Scott. Good. Yeah. Did I play this week? Yes, I did. Yeah, it's been good. Enjoying it. Looking forward to more.
Excellent stuff. Good evening, everybody in chat. More than welcome. A few people commenting, Luke's in a new room. Absolutely. This is what happens. See, you start on the Monday night roundup, and before you know it, it's the hallowed studios of the BBC itself. Very quick.
Football money coming in there.
We can't talk about that. Obviously, that's with our accountants for various tax implications and avoidance. Did I say avoidance? Anyway, let's move quickly on before we get ourselves into any more financial or legal trouble. Quick shout outs for this week. There aren't going to be any weekend streaming for the weekend coming up. The Blood Bowl equipment is heading off to Canterbury, 2 hours down the road, to film and stream the Kent Team Championship. 5 of the A&DBBL players who are in the league this year will be in attendance. May Nuffle have mercy on them, their teams and their souls as well. Quick reminder, as everybody, to all our coaches, Aardvarks and Dragons, it's there for all of your hobby and gaming and possibly any other needs that you may have. We'll leave that at your and Scott's discretions. A reminder as well, hats. You see me modeling, as I like to do, the A&DBBL and the Aardvarks and Dragons hat as well. There is going to be a limited edition red A&DBBL Blood Bowl cap. And of course, as we all know in the A&DBBL world, red makes you go faster. Fact. So if you'd like to get one of your hands on a red one of these, or one of the grey ones, or even the new exclusive white one for those of you who are down with the kids, Tom, they are available. Go into store, have a word with Scott, put your name down, and make your life that bit better. So that's a reminder about some merch, a reminder about charity, whether it's end zones, whether it's causing death by Blood Bowl, whether it's bounties. Jump onto the Discord, see all of that for wonderful information to get and to raise more money and help out the Trustful Food Bank that we are supporting this year. If you want to make any donations as well, if you would like to buy, again, one of the A&DBBL mugs, there are a few remainder ones kicking around as well. You can drop myself a note or one of the guys and we will make that available to you as well. And again, if you would like to join us for one of our Monday night roundups, let us know. Whether you are a new coach, an experienced coach, drop us a note in Discord and we will get you amongst the enigmatic, the rich, the famous, the celebrities of Woodbridge, the people that you know. And look at Luke Baggett. He joined a mere mortal, a mere man, and now in the Palace of Kings, as it were, as well. So without further ado, let's crack on for you as well. We have 9 matches to go through. So what we will do, let's start. We're going to the Assassins group this evening. We're going to be looking at fleur-de-lis on fleur-de-lis action with our current reigning champion, Tom Huns, playing the Honoured Ones Bretonian, playing this time, Throg, another Tom, a trip down memory lane, another Bretonian match as well. So 2 teams coming into this match. Tom on the back of a couple of wins against rats as well in particular, and the vampires. So looking good there for Tom. Starting slightly earlier, just a 1 keg in it in terms of inducements. Luke, let's start with you as well then for Bretonians as well. A very close game. Not a lot in terms of the actions, but from Tom Huns's perspective, the action happened when it wanted to. And again, that classic Tom Huns 2-1 drive.
Yeah, I think so. And I think Tom, I wonder how impactful that interception was on turn 5 as well. Whether, because I think it was, oh no, sorry, it was Tom. Well, they're both Toms, aren't they? The Honoured Ones started with their
was
drive.
Mr. Tom Huns taking it. I believe that is the first interception of the season.
Yeah, and but there was obviously an attack on the ball at some point that meant he had to intercept it. But then, you know, other Tom coming back, getting the equalizer, putting pressure on early. But yeah, I think, you know, a skilled up Bretonian team against an unskilled Bretonian team, I wonder if that was just the edge. And obviously Tom Huns being a very good player as well is always a tough one. But I would imagine he would have gone in hoping to at least get a 2-1 here.
Few SP there for Tom, 18 SP with the additional casualties, despite the 1 death as well. 11 casualties for Tom, the other Tom, Throg, giving him a good start to the season as well. We just take a quick look at the Bretonians of the champ, the Honoured Ones as well. Over to you then, Tom, our Tom, that is. A lot of block. That elite tax doesn't really seem to be, you know, holding back anybody from going straight to block.
No, not at all. Yeah, I think everyone's done it. I think it's a bit of an arms race by the looks of things. Once one person does it, or once a few people start getting it, there doesn't seem to be much of a tax on them. I don't know whether it needs to be or not. I think everyone's just falling back into old ways, really. But as you can see, very strategic on the Honoured One side of things. It's all block and 1 dodge, really, in there. Oh, and a lucky tackle on a squire. So yeah, it's very much a kind of tried and tested by the looks of things setup. Going back to the actual game itself, there was also a couple of new firsts for this season as well, because we had the first stalling, which we haven't yet experienced, but again had no effect. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in future games, of how effective that is on it. And as you say, 1 injury, but he also got another casualty with a -1 on movement as well on the Honoured Ones. But I think both of those players seem to have been swiftly dispatched, from his team. So yeah, not suffering fools gladly.
He did. Mr. Hunt he has played a subsequent match to this, but I agree with what you said. I think the squires are very much akin to a thrall on a vampire team. If they're of no added use, you know, they are very, very disposable pieces as you build your team around your knights in particular. Early days for Throg, he's decided to go down the random skill generator as well. So from that side of it, Luke, leader and braille break tackle, that's pretty good and gives him a really good skill tree to build on for those 2 players.
Yeah, I mean, movement 7 and then dodging on a 2 with the break tackle and already having block and steady footing as well is kind of feels like a pretty strong place to start off with a Grail Knight. And, you know, leader, how many rerolls has he got already? Yeah, so 4 reroll build now. Is a great place to build up from. And yeah, kind of not too much SPP across anything else, but, you know, he's only played 1 game and SPP seems to come thick and fast in this edition. So I think he's got a long road ahead, but probably doesn't need to feel too bad about this first game.
It is indeed, exactly as you said there, Luke. It is a long road ahead. A good first start against the reigning champ for Throg. Just call it Throg, Tom, so we're not getting too many Toms in there as well. We will come back to Mr. Huns. This is his first match of 2 this week, coming up later on against Carl, who's in chat, the Honeyman. Good evening, Carl, our favourite apiarist of A&DBBL as well. So a good start for the current reigning champ for this week's edition, 2-1 win. And we're going to move on there then from Assassins into the Blades group. Here we go from 2 winners of their opening matches. So we're starting off here with Justin and his Imperial Nobility, a smile and a feather. Everyone is, well, every Englishman's home is their castle. What goes on behind closed doors, that's Justin. Most of the time these days, it does tend to stay behind closed doors. But Justin here for his second match up against Ben and no more Mr. Nice Guy in Gnomes. Ben coming off the back of a 2-1 win against Nurgle that we looked at last week as well. 15-12 in terms of SP, 2 deaths on the nose, not really unexpected, but 6 casualties there for the Imperial Nobility. So over to you then, Tom, looking at this then. That was a bit of a tough day at the office in terms of those gnomes as well, with those amount of casualties and the 2 deaths.
Yeah, and equally, the weather was very sunny, so passing was going to be playing a problem there. I don't know, and you two may know more about the actual very sunny one. Does that include throwing linemen or gnomes or something?
Yeah, because it's any passing check.
Well, that's interesting then, because he's got a number of successful landings there as well throughout the game. So he got 4 successful landings as well. So it's just a shame that he didn't manage to break through and score at least 1 touchdown. But as you quite rightly say, it obviously was a little bit of a surprise for a smile and a feather as well, with getting 1 injured as well. So yeah, interesting match. I'm not particularly looking forward to playing against either of these because they're in my group. So watching them closely, this Imperial Nobility team is really taking effect here by the looks of things. A lot of the changes to that team with the pro, I think, is giving a really good kind of advantage potentially. I don't know how well the give and go has played out, which is kind of like the new quick pass, isn't it, on that side of things?
It is indeed. Justin's made the comments in chat that doesn't sound that throw teammate was particularly successful, and 1 death was because of a failed dodge. We've all been there. We've all been there indeed as well. So sounds like that was up against it in terms of the gnomes and that attrition rate. And we mentioned it about Tom Huns' team earlier, Luke. If we look at that again, block and dodge on now 2 there for Justin as well. Guard on the bodyguard, and a dodge again on another thrower. So Justin is really building this team well.
Yeah, and Justin, who is in chat, was that dodge a chosen secondary, or was it a skill up which you then took dodge? Just be interesting to know that, because I think it was. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think some people haven't been rolling too hot with their skill ups. Oh no, sorry, all chosen. Okay, fine. So he chose dodge. But yeah, I think dodge on a throw is a nice thing to kind of build up from, and because the more dodge you get, the more less likely you get knocked down. And there's already kind of good 2 blodgers already. Yeah, it's looking like a mean team to have to deal with.
It is as well. 2 games in and looking very, very good in terms of the core. And Justin makes the comment in chat. Pro worked on every use. When pro works, Tom, it's fantastic. When it does, it just gives you that additional little bit of reroll to go for that extra little push when you need it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, these teams are starting to look really dangerous now. And so early on. So this is only the second game. that the Smile and the Feather has played, and already those are pretty impressive statistics.
He is in good, but just to call out, Chris makes the comment in chat, and I can just only commend that comment as well. Is but if you haven't seen them and you do get the chance, have a look at Ben's team. His paint scheme is fantastic. It really sings on the tabletop as well. He's done some great airbrush work with the trees as well. So if you want any tips in terms of looking at that, drop a note. Ben, if you are listening, or if anybody spots Ben, get some photos in Discord. I think they are really worthy of sharing with the wider community as well. So, but Ben started a good season, started well. Obviously, got the deaths to try and come back from as well. If we do look at the team, as we can see, he's still got the 2 foxes there. He now does have dodge on 1 Beastmaster, which is always good, and he's got dodge on alignment. So 4 re-rolls. He's still got a lot to play. We're going to come on to talk about his second match later, but all in all, we know how challenging gnomes can be. So Luke, he's given himself a good set of skills there to build on with these little fellas.
Yeah, I think so. And I think he's already had 1 fox death, hence Fox McLeod Jr. being the son. But in the few times I've seen him play, he's kind of all got completely the right attitude with gnomes. Yeah, I think, I mean, we've seen it. Like, once gnomes start getting a few skills, once they start getting a bit of dodge, they do get more and more scary. Especially if you've got a coach who isn't afraid to use them like missiles.
And he is, if you look at Ben as well, he's at that stage now where it's only going to take 1 more game, 1 more touchdown, or 1 more star player or MVP to get that additional skill on some of these players that really going to move this team on as well. Justin's made the comment as well, and I think this is fabulous. Ben was fouling with his fox to get it sent off rather than hurt. So he might have the trees with Mighty Blow to punch people in the face, but it just shows that deep down Ben is a caring, sharing kind of guy who wants to look after the little woodland creatures. Fabulous stuff. Good evening as well to everybody else joining us in chat. Good evening, Leanne. Good evening, Azuki, first time chat member as well. Nice to see everybody. Yep, exactly what you say, Carl, in chat. It is a beautiful looking team as well. But 2 for 2 for the Imperial Knobs. Justin really setting out stall early for season 10. And really, is this the year Justin could possibly go for the title? We will wait and see. Moving on to the counts. I did say counts, and he's here. The man who just farms SP as if it's just going out of fashion. The Butchers with our own Mr. Luke Baggett here up against Starbucks, Bad Beans, and James and the Chaos Renegade as well. The Chaos going in there, a few little incentives in terms of the extra reroll and the mascot as well. So 1.5 in terms of rerolls. Brutal is the one word I'll say before I pass it over to you, Mr. B, and you can tell us exactly how you've managed to get all 21 of these SP.
Yeah, I mean, it was the first half was a lot closer than it looked, and then I think towards the end, I think I got from when that Rat Ogre went off on turn 5, I think I then knocked out the Ogre and then took out the Minotaur as well. And I think one of the injuries got APO'd back in to bring back, but suddenly removing all 3 big guys against the Renegades, which weren't skilled up yet because it was their first game, and it just kind of snowballed from there. And I was able to just kind of keep picking off players turn by turn and trying to give Scott Norman a run for his money on fouls, which is kind of working as it goes so far. But I mean, Jack played really well, and there was kind of, it got to a point where he just didn't have enough players to defend. And I mean, this one's streamed, and kind of all the audio was fine with that one, so you can watch it back if you want. And then, yeah, as Chris said, I managed to roll a stat up on my blitzer and got strength or edge and went with strength. So,
we do take a look, and this is your time to shine. So shine away, Luke. These are the butchers. 1.3 million now in terms of the gold. So we'll come on to talk about who you may possibly face.
It's stars forever now, I think.
Could this have gone any better than you'd wish this season? So early in, giving you a really good, solid foundation and a truly terrifying team to face as well.
Yeah, I mean it's like the ideal start, isn't it? I mean, both block big uns, guard troll, a random mighty blow on a lineman, strength 4 blitzer who's now dodging on a 2 in a tackle zone. Well, with break tackle and pro. It's it's going pretty well, and it's only 3 games in, which I think might be the one who's played the most so far, but I tend to get too excited and play my games in the first 8 weeks rather than one every 2 weeks. But I mean, it's going well.
Have you even thrown a teammate yet for this?
I've tried twice and he's fumbled it both times.
Okay.
No, sorry, always hungry and then fumbled.
Okay.
Which then crash landed. So I've been trying to get the most honourable touchdowns, but Pig is not behaving.
Okay. Do you think also that this, the brute's skill on some of these teams is having a big effect on these teams now, really making them kind of almost elite teams?
Yeah, I think Brawling Brutes is accelerating it. I mean, I have got particularly lucky with casualties, and Mighty Blow is having a huge effect on that, and starting with 2 additional on players. I've got 5-7 cash between 2 players just because of Mighty Blow. But I think that's I think we worked out earlier it's something like 12 additional SPP in 3 games from Brawling Brutes. So it does feel like they do have a slight edge at the moment for kind of league play, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out by the end, because we might find that those teams who are scoring loads of touchdowns manage to keep up, and kind of it might balance out.
Okay. Well, looking good there. Congratulations and very well done, Luke. Jack, early days yet, so there's plenty more Blood Bowl to go. It might feel sad, but again, if you look at a couple of the firms, I did notice when I was looking at the skills earlier, he's got break tackle on a Minotaur. Oh, come on, that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're going to have a 2-up dodge out on a Minotaur. How good is that? You are going to be going into a cage on a 4-up.
Plus and horns as well. Yeah, very nice little piece there.
So it always gives him a chance, a 50-50 chance of walking into a cage saying, thank you very much indeed, and I will take that ball away from you as well. So again, long way to go. Good luck to you, Jack, in terms of that one as well, in terms of doing that. And again, then, unless anybody has got anything to say apart from prostrate themselves at the altar of Luke Baggett and pray for his forgiveness when anybody else comes across the butchers next as well. I'm milking it for you, Luke, so I know you're very modest about that. Yeah. Okay, we're sticking with the counts. We'll come back to talk to Luke in terms of how he sees this match going and some of the follow-up matches that will impact the Butchers. And this is the first appearance of Season 10 for the Prince of Ipswich himself, Mr. David Rue, and the Necromantic Horror. Hello, Nasty. Great name, David. Great name. Up against Simon, the Word Hollow Wanderers, who good start for the season so far for the Underworld Denizens. An incredible first match against the Bretonians with that 4-3 win, followed up by a very good draw, which I believe, Luke, you couldn't kill that gutter runner for love nor money. But it appears that Mr. Rue, he had the extra team training, so he took that in the bank as well. And a 2-1 win, lots of injuries for, and that death as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think both these coaches are very good, and Simon is, I think, really clicking with Underworld. Like my game against him was really tough. I know Dave's been playing a lot of necromantic in tournaments and stuff as well. So, and we know how good of a player he is anyway. So I think, yeah, I think he's definitely going to give this group a run for. Well, actually, both of them will. I think our group is very kind of actually balanced, even though it seems like I'm quite far ahead with SBP at the moment. I think everyone's got a chance at the top 2 here.
As Mr. Coders make the comment in chat, everyone in this league is beatable. They are, Chris, they are indeed. Obviously, some coaches are more beatable than others, to use the Orwellian phrase as well. Luke is top draw. Apparently, you're top draw, Luke. How do you feel about that?
Great.
Life here is made.
I can't tell if he's being sarcastic.
What? Chris Coe being sarcastic? Surely not. Surely not. Good evening, Mr. Coe, by the way. Good evening. I did just want to get your gents' thoughts on this. I was looking at the skills on the upgrade. Obviously, the Gutter Runner and the Skaven Thrower upgraded previously from Simon. Looks like he's going for that stat increase on the Gutter Runner, which is going to be quite filthy. The one I just wanted to get your thoughts on, gentlemen, Horns on the Roger. So that will take you to 6 on the Blitz. Would most people, of course, myself included, would have gone for Juggernauts in terms of at least having that block protection on the Blitz action as well. Tom, what's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I don't really know how much effect that will be. Obviously, as long as he's got an assist, then it's potentially a three die, isn't it? Most times. So you need to put an assist in, unless you've got your hunting stunties. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Obviously, you've got Frenzy as well. So it's going to be down to key positioning of an assist to really hammer home that. But Horns, Frenzy, Mighty Blow, yeah, that's quite a dangerous combination, I think. Equally, a sidestep on that Gutter Runner is a bit cheeky, as well as the extra arms on the thrower. Yeah, nicely played.
Yeah, the extra arms was really good when he was using it against me, because you're picking up on a 2, passing on a 2, so you're basically always getting the ball to the Gutter Runner when you want it. But I do love the Horns on the Roger. That was, I think, my next skill I was saving up for on my Renegade Roger. But I saved for block first, but I think Horns is also equally as good, as long as you, and because he's got Snotlings, you can pretty much guarantee those assists by kind of 2-up dodging into it, and then a 3 dice into 3 dice. You would hope that is enough to get someone down.
It's always an interesting one with the Roger. In another league that I am actually in, I do have a Roger. I am playing Underworld in that league. I do have a Roger with break tackle, and also, yeah, I did walk into a cage the other. I do have Juggernaut, and I did walk into a cage on a 4-up the other day, and it was filth. And I did surf the person, and I did get the ball. And sometimes you got to roll it, and you got to roll it well. So to your point, though, Luke, both of these teams then, for Simon and for the Prince of Ipswich, they're both going to be coming with a couple of 100k, maybe 250k in their pocket in terms of inducements. So yeah, looking forward to seeing those. Anything you are concerned about, or are you just going to see and play whatever they bring to the table?
Yeah, I know I've got Dave, I think next, it's either this week or the week after, and I think he's got well over 300k against me, so I'm expecting at least 1 start, maybe 2, and I'll just see how it goes, because I think I'm going to be playing against stars for the rest of the season.
Cool. It'll be interesting to see how Mr. Rue plays that, what he decides. Will he go for the vampire Harry Potter himself, or will he go for someone else? We shall wait and see. So moving on then from the first match for Hello Nasty and the third one for the Underworld Denizens and Simon there as well. We're now going to go on to the Stars group as well. So this was Skaven versus Orcs. Jane returning after her very impressive 3-0 opening win with the mighty Skaven as well against Simon, who had a really tough matchup. 2-1 loss against the man, myth, the legend, John John Reader as his opening gambit as well. And despite taking agency cheerleaders, the mascot, and the keg as well, a really impressive and a great 2-1 win for the Orcs, which really opens this group up, Luke.
Yeah, so one thing this tour play feed does not cover. So I was playing a Legion game next to these guys while they were playing this game. And I think by halfway through the second half, Jane had maybe 2 rats on the field. Everyone else out was knocked out. Which so Simon had just managed to kind of systematically remove rats, and yeah, just KO after KO. But it meant that he could kind of secure that win pretty much unimpeded for that turn 16 score.
Was he
And as a former Orc coach yourself, Tom, always a difficult matchup against Skaven. So best place for them in the KOs. Good evening, Simon. I can see he's in there as well. So Tom, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's interesting. Was the Orc team under a bit of pressure on turn 6, or could they not have styled it out for another couple of turns?
I don't know. That's probably one for Simon. He is in chat, but
yeah, because that was potentially a little bit risky on the first half for Jane to kind of get 1 turn touchdown to equal it into the second half. It's nice that Skaven are off the pitch, but it's just a shame that they didn't get injured. The KOs can be quite frustrating because you've done all the effort, you've done all the hard work.
You broke the armor.
Yeah, you don't get any SPB for it, unfortunately. But no, it seems like it's a pretty good match on this side of things. I'm noticing, obviously, now with the kind of setup of the Orc team, Goblins are doing a lot more in the Orc team and also doing a lot of fouling. So it's never a bad thing to see.
Yeah, I love the Goblins for that.
Yeah, they are looking very, very good this season as well. Just to confirm that it says in chat, when Jane and Simon bring a great energy, that is purely their enthusiasm for the game, nothing else, nothing sort of contraband or erstwhile as well. So a really good result for the Orcs there. We will come on to see how that does affect the Stars group shortly. Going on then for our next match that we're looking at, this is still remaining in the Stars League as well. This is Phil and his nitro-fueled Wampa Fruits, good old Crash Bandicoot. I did remember that as well. Humans against, again, there he is again. He can't keep the man down. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. John Reader and the Necromantic Horror, who give him a team mascot and as our resident Necro player on the team, Mr. Tom Hovell, give John Reader a team mascot, and suddenly it's a 3-0 win as well. Very impressive indeed this early on from John in the season. Yeah,
especially in pouring rain as well. So that was really impressive. Yeah, I was wanted to find out all these tips and tricks around this because obviously playing Necromantic myself, it does seem like it was a pretty straightforward kind of dissection of the human team. Which is interesting because the humans are one of those ones which are a little bit like the Orcs at the start of it, saying, "Oh, they're going to be one of the really good teams to be playing," albeit with a lot of different changes to them, especially with the strength up catchers on their teams now, and also that team captain part. But unfortunately, by the looks of things, Phil just hasn't got off to the best start. We kind of mentioned this right at the very beginning before the actual season started. If you get these kind of tough games straight away, it's very difficult to build up momentum and kind of catch up. So you may have to effectively change tactics and start looking at inducements and start working out who your best kind of star players are to bring you in to start working your team against these big teams that have got all the SPP.
Yeah, but I mean, I suppose conversely to that, like you're getting your tough matches out of the way early, which might mean that then you're back 4 games, depending on if you double up a game or if you don't play 4 players and then repeat all 4. It might mean you get those tough games out of the way early, which then mean you might be in a better position towards the your final games. And you know, it's Blood Bowl. There is always a little bit of luck in it where you can pull back quite well. But yeah, and because Phil's kind of building SPP slowly as well, already having that kind of guard grab blitzer, which is, you know, pretty fearsome already. And yeah, sidestep on a catch is nice as well. You know, once that's got block, that's then kind of a nightmare to put down. So I think there's there's still plenty of chances for Phil to pull it back.
Yeah,
I agree. I think exactly what you said, Luke. I think if you've just had 1 or 2 games, a reminder to everybody, you still play, and there are 8 games in your league. Someone like Luke plays them obviously all in the first fortnight. Other people do take a little bit more time as well, but there is a long way to go. And you're absolutely right, Luke. Ripperoo there, the human catcher. That's a really nice piece for your 1 turn in terms of passing movement. But of course, you've still got. I did check last week. I don't think Phil has the Halfling Hopeful. No, but he's got 115k treasury to play with as well. So again, as you said, guard grab is great to have that blitzer on the line. He's got the 1-turn threat, and he's got the additional team captain reroll in there as well. Just one thing for both of you gentlemen then, something for other coaches in Stars as well. And we talked about Simon and we talked about Jane as well. John Reader shows, obviously, it was pouring rain from the first kickoff, from the start of the game, so it didn't change. He scored early, which I've noticed is something that John likes to do as well. Get the early touchdown, put the pressure on the opposition coach. Is that something we've classically... Shall I ask the question another way? I shall. Because I'll put my brain into gear. It's not exactly the classic way that people play Necro in terms of that 2-1 grind. So is this that we're seeing John Reader again playing things slightly different to again play more of a defensive pressure game?
Yeah, I think so, because I found with Necromantic they're an interesting team because they've got quite a few fast runners, obviously with the Ghoul runners and the werewolves to be a threat. I quite like this tactic of kind of making the opposition chase you, get a touchdown early, and then bog down. You've got your zombies as cannon fodder, you've got your flesh golems, and you've got your wraiths, which actually now John has the full kind of setup of 2 of everything effectively. So that can be a bit of a nuisance because equally you obviously keep your ghoul runners back far, and then just block it all up with flesh golems and zombies and just cause havoc with the wraiths and the werewolves. So that's quite a good, nice little tactic. Equally, with weather being this bad, if you've knocked the ball out of your opposition's hands, then again that just slows the whole game down, and you can potentially nip in quick with a werewolf or a ghoul runner and take the game to yourself.
It is one thing I think we need to keep a very close eye on for this team as well that John is developing. It's already at 1.1 million. Yes, he's got the Blodge Ghoul Runner in the team. He's at that position, which it can be quite a vulnerable position, Luke, because he's got a number of players with 4 or 5 SP just missing out on that next level skill as well, which, depending on, I haven't seen the fixtures, we'll have a look at those shortly, but it won't take much, maybe 1 or 2 casualties to really make a dent in that team development.
No, and I mean he does benefit with regeneration on pretty much all of his players now, which, you know, because Necro got the shambling buff for the regen on ghouls, so there is a little bit more safety than perhaps, say, like a human team being in the same scenario. But I think it will be I'm interested to see how and when John skills up, and how he kind of manages the team value, because if he's managing to get kind of 3-0s now, does it, you know, at what point does he choose that he needs those extra skills to deal with the opponent?
Very well, indeed, especially in the pouring rain. So a very good result for 3 early days yet for Phil. I'm sure the humans will have a big impact on the group. Moving on then to Horde. This is on YouTube as well. So if you do want to go have a look, you can jump onto there as well. This is Andy against James. First match for both of these players. Dwarf versus Tomb Kings. Dwarf, of course, no tackle for season 3, but the Tomb Kings new for season 3 as well. 14 SP to 6 SP in terms of results, a 2-0 win, just the one injury as well. Bit of a block fest by the look of it on first glance at this one, Tom.
Yeah, it was hardly going to be the fastest game in the world, was it? So yeah, it's an interesting one because we know that this group is quite bashy with 3 Tomb Kings and this dwarf team and a single elf team in there. So it's interesting to see how this dwarf team plays out. Getting a casualty straight off the bat isn't a bad thing. Clearly regened. But then it went all died down and went a bit quiet. So very kind of almost strategic chess games, I'm assuming, where everyone just bashed around on the halfway line and then the dwarf runner managed to break through. So it's interesting that there wasn't a lot of casualties from the Tomb Kings as well, considering that they have got 4 strength 5 players there as well. So that was an interesting one on that side of things.
Still tough though against that armor 10 of those dwarfs though, Tom. So that's obviously you do need a fair bit of mighty blow to get through that armor. How it does as well. So
don't start with it.
Yeah,
so the guys don't have mighty blow. And one thing we just had to admin in at the end of this, and just a reminder for everyone that I think probably most players have done their first game now. So the magic sponge will be kind of history, but for apox as well, you still get the casualty even if the opposition apox or magic sponges their thing or regens. So we just had to add in a cash for the Tomb Kings towards the after the game had finished, but just a reminder to newer players. Yeah, I kind of didn't see too much of this one, but I do think Andy has my favorite themed team names and player names I think of any that I've seen so far, being all yeah, kind of well, I'll let you all look at it, and then if you can't figure it out, then I'm sure someone
should we just say people who have died a wonderful have had a wonderful end to their go at life.
Mm-hmm.
A spectacular demise, I think, is the way we shall play that. Good win for Andy. Well done, Andy, on a 2-0 win. James, long way to go. So, you know, there's lots of Blood Bowl action left to be had. Good luck for your next game as well. Talking about comebacks, despite the very sunny weather, it was the Bitey Ducks, the highest flying of all teams that we have in the league, against Ben, taking part in his 3rd match following that big impact. Ben coming off the back of that big, casualty fest on hands of Justin that we spoke about earlier in the cast as well, up against the Ducks. 7 casualties for the Ducks, 18 SP, a very controlled, a very well managed game. Watching this as well, Tom, Mr. Co, the bearded hound himself, back in the shout of the league.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was a couple of cheeky fouls, which is very unusual for Mr. Co to do with his skinks. Clearly, he had it in for the Foxes. So both fouls coming a cropper there and badly injuring both Foxes in this match. But then also having a bit of bad luck himself and got a -1 armor on a Saurus blocker now in the turn 13. We all know how well Chris plays this team, and it's one of those ones where if you've got 6 Sauruses and you're up against only 2 trees, you've probably got quite a good running here. It's it just unfortunately seems that it just went didn't just go the way of the gnomes, unfortunately. The sunny weather came right at the end, but that didn't really worry anyone by the looks of things.
It did indeed. And if we quickly take a look at the Ducks, obviously Dean Portman is out for his next game as well. But I am proud to say she is making her comeback to the Blood Bowl pitch as well. I see Luke nodding as well. Maeve is back. Yeah, Maeve is back. Tell your friends, write to your MPs, post it on social media, wherever you do. Maeve is back. For how long, we don't know. We cannot guarantee that, but he is back as well. And it seems to be that Ken Wu has quite a number of SP, Luke. Any inside information? Is Mr. Coe looking for that stat upgrade?
Well, he put the poll in Discord, which I think was inconclusive, but I think he'll be saving to try and get that 2-up pass, because Chris knows the Lizard team is a passing team. They just need a little bit of help to get there first.
Yeah, despite the movement 7 stat burst, I'm sure that won't really make a difference in terms of how they perform, especially with on the ball. That's a skink. I was thinking of alignment, not the chameleon. Yeah, chameleons are movement 7 with on the ball. Anyway, yeah, apologies, my bad, my stupidity. It's been a long Monday. So the Ducks make a return to winning ways. The Gnomes still in there. We looked at them earlier. They do have a couple of dodge pieces now. There's lots more of Blood Bowl to play for all coaches, and I'm sure that Ben will have an impact again when he comes up against the Ducks next, and all of the other team in Group Blades. So moving on to our last match of the evening, going back to the Assassins group, going back to where we started with the current reigning champ, Mr. Tom Huns and the Bretonians. And I'll wait for him to jump on in chat to Carl, the Honeyman, and the coach of the Warpstone Crooks, the Underworld Denizens as well. This was a complete turnaround. Yes, here we go, Carl. So if you want to write anything in chat that is and can be broadcast before the watershed, now is your time. I started watching the beginning of this. It started off very interestingly indeed. Carl did a classic Skaven throw action by failing to pass the ball to a gutter runner. The ball was dropped, and then Tom did what Tom does very well. Went in with the Bretonians, caused pressure, marked up, forced the error, and not even the gutter runner could rescue the situation, and giving Tom that 1-0 lead. Tom further pressured that to go 2-0 up. Now, if we just look at the action, so at turn 13, Tom looking nice and comfortable, 2-0 up. I did speak to Tom briefly yesterday. And yeah, as Carl said in chat, it was a draw that felt like a win for him as well. I believe Tom was going for a pass to get some SP. And we know Nuffle does not like hubris, and he does not shine on anything like that as well. Sometimes you've got to take what you've got. A drop ball suddenly, despite all the injuries, it's a turn 14 score for Nancy, the Skaven Blitzer as well. And you only need 2 turns for any Underworld or Skaven-esque team to score with the gutter runner. So the Artful Dodger bringing it back to 2-2 on turn 16 as well. Both touchdowns as Carl relied on at least 1 4-up, which was very cheeky. It is very cheeky, but when it works, it's one of the best things in the world, Carl, so admit it. So, gentlemen, this is the sort of game that we all love Blood Bowl for.
Yeah, exactly. Carl, did Glart's Frenzied Rush come into play for the final touchdown at all? Like, did you use that to kind of push the gutter runner forward, or was it just a natural? Was it 2-turn? Yeah, 2-turn. I'd be interested. It didn't. Okay, fine. I was just wondering that. But yeah, Carl's saying both touchdowns relied on 4 pluses, but he managed. Okay, Glart was out in the second half.
I believe Glart was also out in the first half when I saw him. So he's
didn't play.
In terms of advertising yourself as a star player, he's really not doing himself great favours. The Bretts dropped the ball, and of course the Bretts dropped the ball when you've got a dodge in, or a movement in, a 4-up pickup, and a dodge up out. That's Tom. It's got to hurt every game. But it's got to be, it makes you Blood Bowl day, doesn't it, when it works?
I think it's that. I think Crook's slogan should be "Never Say Die." This is such a great comeback. You know, when you play against someone like Tom, you know, a former reigning champion, with a team that he is skilling up systematically, you know, like a surgeon, to come back from 2-0 down with some great kind of scathing play, even if you are dodging on fours or whatever, like the rest of us, like you should be. It's really good to see, and this is what we like to see in the actual season. These little these kind of underdog games that come about to really like level the playing field, so to speak. So great work, Carl.
Was indeed. If we look at the Bretonians, already at 1.2 million in terms of value, but as we saw earlier, just to recap, that's looking at quite an ominous team, Luke.
Yeah, I mean both of them do, and I think I think it's interesting they both went for the stat ups and both chose a secondary instead, rather than taking movement or armor, because I don't think either of them rolled particularly well on the stat ups, or didn't get strength or edge that they wanted. But yeah, both teams are building rapidly and both looking as scary as each other.
Very much so. So strong arm and now thick skull on the big guy, which is always good as well. Block or Blodge on the gutter runner, we know. And now Blodge with the Skaven Blitzer. He's got block, he's got strip ball. And again, not that I'm suggesting, but you stick 2 heads on that, and that's going to be an absolutely those mutations are a primary for Underworld. A mutated, a 2 heads, dodge, block, strip ball. That's going to be, oh Lord, she coming, says the Honeyman in chat. We look forward to it, absolutely, Carl. So I hope it's there. And again, only 925, so that's going to be a lot of SP when he plays some of the other games still in his bank as well.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Look forward to it. Look forward to it. Great result for Carl. And I did speak to Tom yesterday briefly about this, and he was really pleased that he'd taken, he got 4 points in terms of a win and a draw against the Underworld Denizens as well. So he was really comfortable playing with that, the way the team is developing as well. Okay, that takes us all through all 9 matches for this week's roundup. We're going to quickly run through the standings to see where we are now with another week gone as well. Starting with the groups that we can see at the top there. So this is the Horde group as well. No game for the Elves this week, so still sitting at the top on 6 points. Andy with his first game at 3, and then Mr. Handley, James, and Leanne, they're all with 1 play, 1 loss each. So there is going to be a lot of Blood Bowl, and it's going to be really interesting when we start seeing our first Tomb King on the Tomb King action. If either of you gentlemen would like to make a boning innuendo cheap gag there, now is your time. Feel free. No, in that case, let's move on quickly then. Moving on to the Blades group, Justin starting with that impeccable 100% record, 4-1 for touchdowns, 6-3 casualties, 2 green W's in the bank. And as we can see, very close there for second place. The Ducks just moving up into that position ahead of Ben and the Gnomes as well. Tom, when's your next game? I know there's a long way to go.
Possibly Friday. Possibly Friday
against the Ducks, I believe. Yeah,
it's the Ducks. Yeah. So quite pleased to see that there was a Saurus out for that game, but not looking forward to the Croxagore being back.
Maeve will be gentle with you. I'm sure when she hurts and casualties your players, I'm sure she will do it with the utmost love and respect, Tom. So look forward to that as well. And of course, then we've got Rags there as well, Josh, in terms of, again, still a lot of Blood Bowl to do, a long way to go as well. Moving on to Avengers. Tom, that's your line there.
Yep.
Do you want to?
Yep. Assemble, didn't you want me to say?
Yeah, people might not have thought we'd been practicing on that, Tom.
That was
anyway.
I thought I'd done that last week.
If anybody wants to see how professional
every week I've got to remember these things. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So on the Avengers,
Assemble.
Thank you.
There we go.
About time. Looking at that then, JD, no games for the Rats this week, but again, like we've seen on some of the other groups now, 2 wins to start the early season. But we know Skaven, as we saw with James' match as well, can be the epitomal glass cannon of Blood Bowl as well. So again, those 2 wins in the bank. Will they're in second place with the Orc as well, just ahead of Acrades and his Vampires, and then Nick and Andy making up the rest of the league. But again, as you know, gentlemen and coaches everywhere, it only takes 1 or 2 results and suddenly you can go from 5th to 1st in a matter of games as well. At the top of the stars, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. John Reeder, top of the pops. Simon moving up to 2nd, taking that place away from the Skaven of Jane. After that, KO Fest and the 2-1. Congratulations and well done, Simon, on that. Just ahead of the Bretonians and Humans as well, making up the Stars League as well. Into the Destroyers, we have Tomb Kings at the top. So Doob's there with the first win. Joined there as well with Nurgle and Mark, the Slurry squad. Just ahead, Jamie still yet to play. I believe that is that the only coach who hasn't played at the moment yet. So Jamie playing the Dwarf Light, playing the OWA, who are sort of making waves in the meta at the moment, just ahead of Sam and Brewsbury's in terms of the Orcs, and against the Drumsticks for Mr. Scott Norman. And to raise a few pounds for charity, Mr. Baggett, would you like to go through the acronym of the Drumsticks?
Of course, it's dirty, rotten, uncultured menaces, specifically trying increasing convoluted kinetic schemes.
Beautiful. And Tom, just to raise another pound for charity, would you like to give it a go?
Yeah, it's dirty, rotten, uncultured menaces, specifically trying increasingly convoluted kinetic schemes.
Fantastic. So if you are listening, Mr. Norman, there's another £2 for the charity pot, please. And good luck in your next match as well. Moving on to counts, this is going to be very interesting how this develops as well. So Luke, you want to take a screenshot of that now, just for posterity's sake? Or
That's okay, it'll stay like that.
It's staying like that, yeah. And that'll stay like that whether you win, lose, what have you. Your commissioner and A&DBBL
it's the admin power.
Will make sure to stay like that. Okay. Sitting there again, a lot of Blood Bowl to play, and we know how dangerous everyone else can be in this league as well. So Mr. Dave Rue, the Prince of Ipswich, making a comeback there as well. So it's going to be, I think this is the one league and the one division I am really interested in seeing how this develops over the course of the next few weeks and months as well. Good luck to all coaches. I'm just finishing off then in the Assassins table there. Tom Hunt's sitting there top on 7 points as well. The Honeyman played most games of coaches so far. 5 points with the 1 win, the 1 loss, and the 2 draws. And again, Carl, kudos for that in terms of that additional point gained, I think is the best way of putting it, against Tom in the last match again. The Vampires, the Bretonians, and the Wood Elves, lots of Blood Bowl left to go with those coaches just playing the 1 game each at the moment.
Have you got a game coming up soon, Scott?
This weekend, of course, we have the Kent Team Championship, which we will be attending for New Dice, please. We will be streaming, so again, if anybody wants to watch that, keep an eye out on the Twitch channel as well. You will see those come through. I cannot guarantee if any of the A&DBBL or Ibble, Carrot Crunch, or Colchester gang will be on there. But if you want to see some really good Blood Bowl, that's the place to go as well. Just have a look at some of the games we've got coming up then over the next couple of weeks. And a reminder, please get your games booked in as quick as you can. And as soon as you have agreed that with the coach, check in with Scott in store, get them booked in, get that table, and get yourself down there for some Blood Bowl action. We have Jane coming up tomorrow, I believe, against Phil. Yes, that'll be a good one for the morning. Skaven versus Human, or afternoon. Look forward to that one as well. Saturday, we have Mr. Handley making a very successful return from Waterball. Congratulations, James. Top 20 out of 110 coaches, I believe, this weekend in Waterball. But James was top 20 with his Tomb King, so when done, playing Leanne. So I think that's going to be our first bone-on-bone action, Tomb King on Tomb King. yes, someone can stop smirking in the background. I can see them. And then we will see how then the Lizards play against Nurgle and all the other matches next week. Graham as well, finishing this week's match off as well. So that is this week's match. Graham against James, Elven Union against Tomb Kings. Can Graham make it 3 from 3? Good luck. And then next Thursday is the big one for you, Luke.
2 weeks, not this Thursday.
Oh, sorry, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
Do you want to start any trash talking against Dave Rue this month, or can we do that for you on your behalf?
I don't need to. He's already scared.
Understandably so. So, Mr. Dave Rue, you are officially that tier 1 coward. Well done, sir. Well done indeed. That's it for this week's roundup. Again, a reminder, if you want fashionable hats, if you want anything, get yourself down to A&D. Anything you want to share with us, pictures of your team, any pictures of your games, anything you want to call out, whether it's another coach, call them out for being that guy and making our league as good as it is. Thank you very much to everybody. Thank you very much, Mr. Hovel. Thank you very much, Mr. Baggett, for your time as well. I've been Scott, not that one. Happy blood bowling.